Welcome to the Responsive Composition API course. I'm Mark Napoli, and I'm an active developer. Let's take an overview of our tasks and goals. We're going to create an application that will automatically detect whether it's mobile or web. We'll show different pages layouts according to the device. We're going to use Composition API. We're going to use the Composition API to monitor screen size changes. We'll use the reactive state to monitor browser and device size. We'll use the reactive state to monitor sizes and return if it's mobile or larger. For example, tablets, desktop, or web. We'll add event listener to monitor resize changes. Now we're going to have two different layouts, for mobile and for web. This is what the mobile layout will look like. And this is the web. And as the user resizes the web browser or starts it on a mobile device, tablet, or desktop or web, they'll get the correct layout. All right, it's time for live coding. Make sure you go to this GitHub link and download and clone the projects, and you'll get two of them. You will get the starter project and also the final project. Now we will be starting with the, of course, starter project. It's time for some live coding. Make sure that you already cloned the responsive starter project from the GitHub link. And let's create a folder called Composables. New folder, Composables. Excellent. Let's create a new file. And let's call this monitor-size, monitor-size.ts, since it's a TypeScript file. And let's declare our useMonitorSize function. So we'll say export function useMonitorSize. And let's declare a const sizes, and we'll make this we'll declare it as reactive state, right? So we'll use the reactive, open and close curly brackets, and let's declare our variables here. Let's call the first one browser width, and we'll have this to be the window inner width. So inner width. And then we want to know what the device width is. So we'll call this device width. And this we'll get from the screen size here, which will be just the width. Then we have one more variable we'd like to add if it's mobile. So a Boolean if it's mobile. We'll declare it false as the default value. Now let's create a function that will monitor when the browser is resized. So I'll do again const browser resized equals here. We'll do our fed error. All right, let's open and close curly brackets. So let's say we're going to say sizes, the browser width equals window inner width. And then sizes, device width equals, again, same thing, screen width. And the last one will be sizes is mobile. It's going to equal to is mobile function. We'll create here in a second. Now, the browser resize function we'll declare here in just a little bit. We will add some event listeners on the unmounted so that every time the browser is changed, the browser resize function is called, and then we'll update our pages and we'll decide which page to show. Would it be mobile or would it be web? So let's declare now the isMobile functions. So const is mobile. All right. Curly brackets. So what do we want to return? So we'll return window inner width, right? We're going to say Windows inner width. If it's less or equal to 600, this is our breakpoints for mobile, we're going to return true. Otherwise, we're going to return false. It's not mobile, which means it would be either a desktop or web, and it could even be tablet. Very good. Let's continue. So let's declare now our unmounted. So we're going to say unmounted. All right, so when it mounts, what do we want to do here, right? All right, let's do our open curly brackets. So we want to do the window. We want to what? Add event listener. That's right. You guessed it. And we're going to look for the resize. Okay. And what are we going to call? That's right. The browser resized. Perfect. Also, what else do we want to do? What happens when it's unmounted, right? When it's unmounted, we want to remove our event listener, right? We don't want to leave it there. So let's go ahead and add that. Okay. So we're going to say the same thing. Window, except this time, that's right. You called it remove event listener. Oh, yeah. And again, the resize, right? And it's the browser resized function. Excellent. We got one more thing to do here for our composition API, right? We want to what? We want to return, right? We want to expose the sizes state. So we need to do a return. Return. And we want to convert our reactive, right? We're going to use the two refs to convert our reactive object to just plain refs, okay? So we're going to do the triple dot, two refs, right? And then we're going to say sizes. That's what we want to return. And we'll add this, quick fix, right? Over here. Yep, update. Okay, so that's good. And add it to our declarations here in our import to refs. So let's make sure we save. And this looks great. So now let's modify the responsive page, right? We want to go ahead and import the useMonitorSize function, right? So that we can track of the sizes here. So let's declare const sizes. And we'll say equal, and we'll say, well, use, that's right, you guessed it, monitor size. There it is. Let's close that up. So now what we want to do here, we want to add and modify the H2 tag. Let's add some stuff here, right? What are we going to add? Sizes dot, we want the browser width, that's right. And then we're going to do the same here with the device, right? Give it a little space here. And we'll do the same thing here, except for here, what do we want? That's right, we want the device width. Very good. Now, for the mobile component, we want to do a VIF, right? We want to say, if sizes is mobile, that value, so if the isMobile value equals true, show me the mobile component. Otherwise, just do a VElse, and we'll show the web component. Let's go ahead and save. So now we saved. Let's bring up our terminal here. What should we do? So let's go ahead and say npm run dev, right? All right, so now let's open up and see what it looks like. Let's test this out. Let's resize the browser frame. So as you can see, the pixels are changing as we squeeze. Once we get to our 600 pixels, it should change on us, right? We're almost there. Here we go. One more. And there it is. And we got our mobile page, right? And when you go bigger, it automatically knows how to switch. As you can see, it's showing the width of the device to be 1920 pixels, right? Wide. Because I'm running my monitor currently in 1920 by 1080. Excellent job in creating this responsive design. Of course, you can add a lot more to this. And this is just a simple way to say, hey, let's monitor Because let's face it, in today's world, most people do use mobile devices like phones and tablets, and this is a great way to show the appropriate page depending on the device being used. Let's get a summary of what we have done. We created an app that will automatically detect the mobile or web, that shows now different pages according to the device. We use the Composition API to monitor the screen size changes. You use the reactive state to monitor browser and device size. You use the reactive state to monitor sizes and also return if it's mobile or larger, for example, tablet, desktop, or web. You added the event listener to monitor resize changes. I would like to thank you for taking this course and creating the responsive Composition API application. I hope that you get great use of these techniques to create responsive designs in your own projects.